the truth. That's the truth. Sometimes we can't see it, but that's the truth. So he wrote in his book, Rabbi Cooper, there is a universal connection between ancient and modern, between Eastern and Western. Someone once wrote, in all the 10 directions of the universe, there is only one truth. When we see clearly the great teachings, they are all the same. When we see clearly, they are all the same. And so what are those teachings? And I said this morning I wanted to look at three of them. And Ernest Holmes summed them up in words in his book. So we're going to go through each one of those. This is from the textbook. Truth one. Kind of sounds like I'm on a microphone, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I even echo. Truth one. All the mystics have sensed, this is Ernest Holmes, that we live in one life. In him we live and move and have our being. The unity of good is a revelation of the greatest importance, for it teaches us that we are one with the whole. He also says, the mystics have recognized the absolute unity of God and man. They have told us of the marvelous relationship which exists between God and man, of a close unity which cannot be broken. Sometimes we think that we're not connected. That's just the belief that we need to heal, because we are in the actual, absolute reality, eternal beings of this one light. And again, it will always come back to this great truth. And it is a great truth. This oneness is a great truth. There is no separation between God and man. It just looks that way because we have these outer eyes. But the inner eye knows. The inner eye is aware that there is no separation. That's a great gift to give to yourself. Truth two. The great mystics, Holmes writes, this is Holmes again here, have all agreed that our life is ours to do with as we choose, but that when we turn to the one, we will always receive inspiration from on high. So we have choice. That's truth number two. And that is why it is so important to meditate daily, to do our prayer work daily, to contemplate the great I am, and to do this as often as we can, because the closer that we come to this truth within us, the more we cultivate a relationship with the great I am, with our own inner self, which is part of all that is. And so then when we make our choices, we make them from on high. We make them from a place of clarity. We make them from a place of wisdom. We make them from a different place than when we're just, say this, because this is like the outer, when we just do it outside here without reaching for a higher thought, a higher power to help guide us into right thinking. Truth three. They have all agreed, this is Holmes again, they have all agreed that the soul is on the pathway of experience, that is, of self-discovery, that it is on its way back to the Father's house. I use a lot of male stuff, but that's just the way they roll. I don't care. It's an it to me. Because I really think that God is genderless. I think that it is way beyond anything that we can comprehend as a he or she or an it. It is so much more. It is all. It's beyond our language. It's beyond our language. So that's part of the self-discovery when we start contemplating things like, it's expansive. It's expansive. God is beyond anything. This higher power is beyond anything that we can humanly comprehend. But the more that we connect inwardly with that inner eye, the greater and the clearer our self-discovery becomes. And when we allow it into our awareness, for the awareness is always the first step, our lives become richer, they become fuller, and our decisions come from a place of high intelligence, we are divinely guided. When we are divinely guided, it is beyond what looks rational in this human realm. Because what looks rational in this human realm, a lot of the times is complete insanity. It is, isn't it? It's complete insanity. So we align with the wise mind of God, and we come in peace, and we come in love, and we come in joy, and we come in harmony. We come in all of those beautiful qualities in which we use to describe the one life. That is what we are, each and every one, a part of. So the third truth of self-discovery is discovering that we have this within us. It's such a gift. So the first truth, our oneness with the whole, or our union with God. All the mystics have known that the universe has to be one. And I have a few quotes. Jesus said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." He also said, "He who hath seen me hath seen the Father." And that's because he arrived at this perception of oneness. He understood the oneness. Meister Eckhart tells us, "God is nearer to me than I am to my own self. My life depends upon God's being near me. He is also present in a stone or a log, any piece of wood, only they do not know it." So the stone or the wood, all of life, has as much God essence in it as we do. There isn't more of God in one thing or another. God is in everything equally. We just, as humans, we have been given free will, and we have also been given the ability to recognize that we have been created out of something. Whereas minerals and the plant world and probably the animal world, they just are. They don't have to reach for a higher thought. They are experiencing the now in their consciousness. And believe me, a rock and a tree, all of that, they all have consciousness because they all have God in them. But we, as humans, have this ability to have contrast. You know, I don't think a rock, maybe it does, but I don't know. I don't speak rock talk. But maybe it says I'm having a really bad day. You know, but I know as humans, we have this contrast so that we have free will to choose a higher thought, a different thought. We have that ability. Let us not forget it. And let us always include the one mind, because our decisions then will become clearer and will benefit us on a much deeper level. So, in the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus said, "I am the light that is over all things. I am all. From me all come forth, and to me all attained. Split a piece of wood, I am there. Lift up a stone, and you will find me there." God is often described as the power whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere. And simply, once again, what that is saying is that the center of God is in all places at all times, and there is no place that it is not. It is present fully and completely in its wholeness in all of life. And I know I talk about this concept nearly every week, and it always works its way into the talk because I really feel that we need to repeat this over and over again so that we can get it on a deeper level. So that this transparency that we talk about is the transparency of reaching a deeper understanding of the life of divinity.